Welcome to St. Peter's in Coplay. I'm Monsignor James, the pastor here. Today I'm going to be making a Black Forest cake as my contribution to the Cooks with Collars competition. I pre-staged some of the ingredients so that we can get through this in a very efficient manner, so thank you. So you can make this recipe really with any chocolate cake you want. I use a chocolate cake that's a recipe in our family, and I made it ahead of time and I put it in the refrigerator overnight. The secret to putting this cake together is that the ingredients have to be cold, because if they're not, when you put the whipped cream icing on it, it just simply melts. So the cake, both layers were in the refrigerator overnight to cool. That's the one layer. And here we have the other. And I would say my biggest adaptation of this recipe is the fact that I put cherry liqueur on the cakes before I ice them, so that flavor goes into the cake and it gives a little extra. And you can use any cherry liqueur that you might like. I usually have used Kirschwasser, which is a German cherry liqueur. I couldn't find it in the store this time, so I got Dr. McGillicuddy's cherry liqueur, and it tastes fine. So to do this, you want to take a fork and just poke holes in the cake so that the liqueur will go down and penetrate into the body of the cake. So we're going to let that sit for a while to penetrate. In the meantime, I'm going to make the whipped cream icing now. Okay, the next ingredient we're going to make now is the whipped cream icing. Again, the secret to making whipped cream is that everything has to be cold. So I had the bowl and the beaters in the refrigerator. The heavy cream has been in the refrigerator also. So this is a sweetened whipped cream. So we start with 2 cups of heavy cream. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. A half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. The cream of tartar is a stabilizer so that it doesn't run when it melts as fast. Okay? And then 4 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. So I'm going to start to beat this, and hopefully this is going to go fast. When it hangs on the side of the bowl, you know that it's done, but you don't want to go too far. You make butter then. So, okay. I'm going to take, before I put the cake together, I'm going to take some of the whipped cream and put it in the pastry bag, because I'm going to need this to put an edge on the top of the cake to hold the cherry filling in. So I want to make sure that I have enough left after I ice the rest of the cake. It won't take too much, but This is just regular cherry pie filling, so it's easy, no problem. All right, so on my cake dish, I'm gonna put my one cake layer down. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some whipped cream on. Spread it around. This doesn't have to be too thick, because if it is, it'll start to squeeze out the sides. I'm going to put some cherry filling right in the center of the cake. And then next, I'll put a little whipped cream along the sides. Now, I'm going to try this. See if I can do this without making too much of a mess. When you put it in the pastry bag, you want to curl the top, like fold it over and curl it, and that'll keep it from coming out. And as you twist, it pushes it down. And this is you can make this fancy if you want to. The reason I'm doing it is I want to create an edge here at the top to keep the cherry filling in the center. And it's a little bit easier to do it with a pastry bag than it is to do it with a spatula. We have that. And now we're going to fill the center. And the cherry filling was 2 cans of cherry pie filling. And there we go, it's all finished. Now before you would cut it, put it back in the refrigerator, maybe for at least a half an hour to get everything cold again. It'll set, and then it's going to be easier to slice. I've made this in the past, and you can make, if like you're going to make them for a bake sale, you can make them ahead of time and then freeze the whole thing. And then just take them out and sell them and thaw them as and then it is a lot easier to slice when they're very cold. Okay. All right, so we're going to cut this and see how it turned out. And there we are, with a nice glass of cherry liqueur to go with it, just as Julia Childs would have presented any good dessert with the proper wine or liqueur to go with it. So I thank you for joining us today for for this session of Cooks with Collars here at St. Peter's in Coplay. We thank you for supporting us here with your votes, and we really appreciate your help, and God bless you.